What's up guys, it's me, Jeremy. It's no secret that the meta in League is changing all the time, and amongst all the buffs and nerfs, the meta in League has proven to be really dynamic. So what causes all of these meta shifts, and why do they happen? Let's get started. Now the first and of course most obvious change in the meta is Riot's changes to champions. It's no secret that buffs and nerfs influence what champion is popular, and while although this may be a main reason for why champions fade out of the meta, it's almost never the direct cause of champions rising up to be strong since Riot is so hesitant to buff champions. The actual main reason why most meta shifts occur is due to the massive importance of counterplay. A surprising amount of champions succeed in this game simply because they counter certain things. At the competitive level, counter picks are so incredibly relevant that most flavor of the month stem from this kind of thing. Champions receive somewhat of a trickle-down effect from the changes Riot makes. When Riot nerfs a champion, it not only nerfs that one individual champion, but it's a small buff to every champion in the game that the nerfed champion counters. When a champion changes in power due to a change on a different champion, we call this an indirect buff. And it goes both ways too. When a champion that's strong gets nerfed, all of its counters get nerfed as well. This is called an indirect nerf. And these indirect changes to champions have gigantic effects on the meta, especially what is flavor of the months. An example of an indirect change affecting the meta would be Leona now rising up quite a bit due to the nerfs to Morgana, which was a huge counter to Leona. In addition, flavor of the months often rise up not due to indirect changes, but due to countering the current meta, eventually resulting in huge meta swings. Let's take a look at the most recent one, which was the shift to the assassin dive heavy meta. Now, one of the major things that sparked this change from a siege based meta earlier was LeBlanc. After being heavily nerfed in the removal of her silence, LeBlanc was seen to be a worthless champion for a long time. However, LeBlanc does a fantastic job at countering a siege-based meta, due to her high burst potential on a fairly low cooldown, as well as her mobility makes it easy to outplay the skill shot heavy, strong wave clear champions. Despite what many thought was being nerfed into the ground, she has actually risen up after her major nerfs, since she's fantastic versus the siege heavy meta, and is great at pressuring opponents when they siege. And so we can see that meta shifts come from mainly indirect changes and counterplay. So when you're looking at that new strategy, that new meta pick, think about the current meta and find a way to counter it in your strategy, as quite often what counters the current meta is what ends up being the new meta. My name is Jeremy, and that's it for my video on meta shifts. Be sure to check me out over at twitch.tv/Jeremy_gamingcurios. Stay connected at facebook.com/gamingcurios, tweet me at gamingcurios, drop a like, share this video, and make sure to subscribe for some more awesome content in the future. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.